Hello everyone, this is Zach again. I'm just here with another live game commentary. Just trying to still get my rank up with my account. I haven't had too much time to play a lot of games just because of school and stuff, but I'm doing so now. So let's just see if we can get a game with someone here. Oh, floor dance on. What kind of games? Nothing special going on right now. Okay. Come on, someone. Someone. 12Q. This will be an interesting game. Okay, so I get to be, or he gets to have 5 handy rather. See how he approaches this. Ooh, so he lets me go ahead and. Well, this is kind of bad for me, but I don't wanna. I wanna fix my shape. What he did right now was a little bit good for me because he didn't try to pincer me at R12, but then again he got N17. So because usually when he plays N17, playing S16 is not good because then it's an unfavorable result for you. He gets more territory. But in this case, I think it's a little bit better for me because all my stones are safe. I get a big base. P3 was kind of slow. He's just trying to defend his corner, but he doesn't need to do that right now. Go ahead and approach. Okay. What should I do? Go ahead and settle. I'll try to invade that upper side sometime later. I still have H17. Oh, so he doesn't want me to get into that corner. Okay then. Go ahead and attack this stone and see what he does. There he goes here again. Should I jump into his corner? I want to pressure him somehow. I want to make. No, I don't want him to undercut me though. I can't. I don't really have a possible. I can't get a very good influence because all my stones are on different sides, and the Tangan stone there is there. So I don't want to just settle again though. It's boring. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Then I'm gonna attack him at C8, and then he's gonna have to block at C2. If he doesn't, he'll have some problems. Yeah, he jumped out. Right now he can evade me though, so do I want to jump out? Sure. He could evade me at C12, or oh wait, no, sorry, C13. So I didn't really want that happening. Right now I could try to give him some trouble. I could play D8. That wouldn't really do anything. Whatever, I'll go and invade him, but will this work? I really doubt this is going to work. But I have to do something or he's going to win this easy. He has 5 handy. To do. If I go in, goes there, cut up. Yeah, I have an idea. Oh, well, you don't want to do that. Just, he should have covered me at H16. That was way too passive of him. I was gonna jump out. That was way too passive. Go ahead and he just. Oh, oops, that was bad on me. He did not have to respond to that. Okay, I'll go ahead and probe him. Ooh. Okay then. I'll get into a. Well, actually. What should I do here? Thinking about the E4 move. I would have to make a whole bunch of empty triangles, but eventually I could get out. And this stone at K10 is kind of annoying. Tengen has some nice uses. It reduces your opponent's influences and makes it nice for a fight, but besides that, it's not that nice because it doesn't really secure any territory for you. But it can be useful. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create a moil. Let me go ahead. Okay, let's see what he does here. Interesting. This move is for influence, but right now doesn't have too much going for him in the way of influence. That cut right there. Should I let him take that stone? Yeah, I'm going for influence myself, so I'll go ahead and let him take that stone. That was not good. He should have captured right there, because now I get this move. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and make this move. Yep, he responded, which he shouldn't have done because his group was fine. And you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to kill that 10 stone. I'm going to find some way to kill that 10 stone. Let's think about this. How can I kill it? How can I kill it? Well, I need to surround this part. That's the first step. But I also need to surround this part. Maybe I can surround this part. Okay, well he'll probably respond to this, which is stupid of me. This is called unreasonable play, when you're suspecting your opponent to respond to every move you make. I'm just going to make this move just to kind of slow him down. And then, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I'm kind of afraid of that cut, though. Well, I really want to kill the Tengen Zone. If I could do that, that would be really, really nice. Yeah. I need to make this move first. G9 is coming up next. Let's see what he does. I shouldn't have made that move. But let's see what he does. Yeah, he does that. Okay. Kill. Ooh, okay. That's a nice move. Let's see here, though. What if I probe him first? That just might make him stronger, though. It's not really going to do anything. What should I do? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, this is really the only other way he can get in through, so I'm not going to let him in. Okay, coming. No, I'm not actually coming. I'm good. I'm in the middle of recording, Mom. No, I'm probably not going to come with you. Okay, so now I don't think there's much of a way of him to somehow... Yeah. Oh, what? 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 Okay. I guess he doesn't like losing his Tengen. He still has a lot of ways to try to reduce me, though. Let me see. I don't want to count, so I'm going to go see what the score so it says. It says I'm ahead by 20, which is, in case you guys don't know, if you want to know if you're kind of ahead by a lot, being ahead by 10 is generally when you're kind of in the realm of being ahead by kind of a lot. Of course, this score estimate isn't exactly accurate. Like you see, it like gives me points at like A11, which most likely aren't going to become my points, or at F10, which can't even possibly become my point. No, actually, it could, I guess. In 2 moves in Gote, it could. But yeah, if you want to know if you're actually ahead or not, just if you have like 10 points or more, you're ahead by a lot. So let's review. So he had the 5 handy. So in handicap games, I should first say, If you have the handy, I'm not going with you. If you have the handy, it's good to play somewhat passively, but of course you want to have a balance because handy games, of course, right now he's already ahead of me by a good. I'm not sure exactly how much each stone is worth, but probably like 30 points or so. So he can afford to play passively, but passively doesn't mean you have to give me everything you want, or I want. You can, you can. In handicap games, you basically just don't want to get in unnecessary fights. Fights where you have to risk everything and one person might lose and the other person might lose. It's good just to try to stick to Joseki and get territory and get your influence and stuff, and basically just uh, play nice and easy and don't get into complicated variations where one of you could die. So this is fine, but and actually it might be kind of nice for handicap games because the normal move is at R8 because it puts more pressure on the stone. But in a handicap game, again, this move leaves the Aji later of playing right here. So in a handicap game, maybe you don't want that Aji. Maybe you just want to put a little bit of pressure on your opponent while you get this territory down here on the right side. So this might be kind of nice because then he secures territory, there's less Aji, which means less complications later, and it still puts pressure on my stone. Excuse me. So here, playing this was interesting because usually when your opponent wants to do this, or does this, sorry, you want to play somewhere like going into the corner or maybe attaching or some other things also you can do. You don't want to play this because then if the Joseki win is normal, he would have the extension at N17, which is usually at O17 in a normal Joseki. So he gets that extension one space further, which is good for him. You generally, that's like a 2-space extension, and the other one was like a 1-space extension. So in case any of you guys don't know, a 2-space extension is the ideal extension. So with him getting this shape, it's kind of ideal for him in the corner and on the side. But then again, I get to fix all of my weaknesses at R12, and all these stones are now safe and have a nice base and are very well off. So I'm not exactly sure about this move, but I think just going in here is fine. Because it might look like it leads to a lot of complications, but it really doesn't. I don't have that many options. Generally, you just jump out like this, and then you can do this, or you can. This is similar to another Joseki, by the way, in case you don't know. Or you can do this, and then black gets out, and then you go into the corner. And actually, it's more common for black to do this. And black goes corner, white jumps out, it's here, and right here, black does not want to block. Because then, as you can see, as the O17 stone is looking very strange, and it's only a 1-space extension, I can pincer from this side, and suddenly this group is feeling very cramped. So black wants to make the 2-space extension. Because white can't undercut this O17 stone. This Q16 stone is very light. Because white already got the corner, that stone isn't serving too much of a purpose. So to try to save it and try to make a base with it like this is just too slow. Just make a 2-space extension. If white goes into your corner R17, just make a 2-space extension. It's really common. So anyways, this would just go like this, but then black can make this move, which threatens to connect at S14. So this would, I think, be a lot better for black if he just played in here. I think is better than what he did. Anyways, this is the game. And then this move is to defend this move later. So let's say it goes like this. Or not like that, sorry. It goes like this. And then your opponent say does this, 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 and this. So your opponent can only live by Ko in this case. So in fact, for one thing, with this move, your opponent can still live. The reason this move is played is because it does a tiny bit of extension towards the outer side, but this territory still isn't completely secure because I can still make life by Ko in here. So this was too early. There's no reason to make this right away. He should have just made another big point. So this move in this case was slow. This is like a end of the middle game move, so your opponent can't really invade the 3-3 unless he can win by Ko. A foolproof way of making sure your opponent can't invade is playing here, but usually that's not played because it doesn't have any expansion towards the outer side. Okay, so this is a game. Oops. Attached, use this, that's all fine. This move. This is feeling a little bit too much over concentrated on the top side. For one thing, he has this stone on Tengen, and with Tengen, generally you want to use it either as a source so that you can invade somewhere, so you have somewhere to run to, or try to get a Moyo with. So right now he doesn't really have any use for the Tengen stone. All my groups are strong, so he can't evade, and he's not really making a Moyo with it. So in this case, I would either try to make an influence with it, maybe. I'm not sure if this is completely correct, or he should just try and take another big point, because making this move really feels a little bit too over concentrated on the top side. Sure, it's making it so I can't invade, but if I just invade in there, then I'm just going to make myself weak, and I might reduce some of his territory, but I'm not going to be making territory myself, and he's just going to strengthen his own territory. So he shouldn't be so worried about that invasion. He should just take another big point. Okay. So this is fine. Oh, in case you guys didn't know, if I did play elsewhere, he could invade right here, and then no matter what I do, that stone's going to live. If I go like this, he can get out this way. If I make this move, he can get out this way. And then here, well, I can do this. This is actually the correct move in this case, because then white still gets a little bit of a base down here. So then black would just play here, threatening to split the stones. So white has play here, then black would Atari from this side. And then if he does this, is Sente, white has to connect. So this is the correct way, and it steals a little bit of white space, although white still does have a base. And I didn't really want him to reduce my territory and base this much. He also gets a nice influence on the outside, so I just jumped out to avoid that. Okay, so this was a game, and jumping out he didn't really need to do. I think taking this point was bigger, because then again now he has the evasion at d3, and he extends along the bottom side. Jumping out, he still needs another move right here to create like a somewhat of a Moyo in here. So I don't think this move is correct either. So I try to invade here. He should have done this. This is almost always correct to cover the stone like this, especially when you have a stone at k16 and f16. What I was planning here was to do this, and then I could excuse me. Then I could do this, where escapes. I do this. I'm not completely sure about whether or not it's correct here, but yeah, I would just try to live this way. I'm not sure. I would have to read it out more, but this is basically what I was trying to do. It might have been a little bit too early too. I still had the point at n3 I should have taken. So I think this invasion was probably a little bit too early on my part. But he played this move, which in this case isn't correct. Because sure, it steals my base, but allows me to get out. Which is kind of what I wanted to do in the first place, to just reduce his territory. This move was stupid by me. There was no reason why he had to respond to this. If he plays elsewhere, I play here. There's no way to cut cut him. So defending here by him was not a good move. Don't always react to what your opponent wants you to do. Just because it looks like he might be able to do something doesn't mean he can do something. So let's read it out for yourself. Okay, so this move... This was probably Sente. This move... Here he could have tried something like invading because he's strong on the right side. And he has a stone at K10, so he can run towards that stone. And he can pincer my group at, or my stone at N3. So I think this is the correct move in this case. But he had this move, which just made my stone stronger. Whenever you attach to a stone, it makes it stronger. So I went ahead and let him cut. Here he should have captured. Because then if I want to keep him from getting into my side, I have to make another move. Which you don't really have to respond to. Okay, here I don't think he had to respond either. If he plays elsewhere, let's say I get out, he can just block. Because that stone's worth like nothing. He covers, there's no way for me to live. Okay. Here, he didn't really have to respond, but I guess this was kind of big. This move I'm not sure if he had to respond to, but I think he probably did. Probably, yeah, I think so, yeah. Okay. This move he didn't have to respond to. I was just kind of being stupid here and playing unreasonably because I thought he would probably respond to everything I made. Okay, this was nice. Here, though, he made me stronger with this move. Also, remember, never do this shape. Leaves this cut open right here, and it makes my stone at M12 weaker. Just make this move. Pushes out. And he resigns. Okay, so basically he just, he made moves that were unnecessary, like an E16. I think he should have pincered me at R12. He basically let me do what I wanted, kinda. Which is, sometimes nice in handicap games, but not to the extent that he did it. Like with, there was a lot of moves, like with the F7 move and with the E16 move. You always want to read it out for yourself and make sure that move's actually worth responding to. Never play too passively. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm almost to winter break now, so I'll probably be making more videos. But until then, I'll see you guys later.